This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, yesterday session we discussed how to log into the various users are available in the Oracle database and import necessary objects like tables, views and synonyms, and in between that objects how to apply the relations. And while applying the relationships between the tables, due to data type incompatibility, sometimes we are unable to apply the relations. In that time, what we need to do, we need to change the data type of the respective columns to apply the relationships. So once we change the data type, then we can apply the relationship between the tables. Okay. If you want to apply the relationship, what are the columns we selected? For that columns, data types must be same. If data types are different, then we can't apply the relationship. Okay. Here, if you can change the data type in our technology, these data types are not changed in the database. Okay. Or if you renamed any table here, that is not renamed in the database. Actually, in the database, sometimes database people who are working at that database, either operational or analytical, sometimes they can change the data types. Sorry, they can change in the sense they can rename the tables. Sometimes they can add new columns. Sometimes they can change the data types also, or sometimes they can rename the columns also. Then what we need to do? Okay, here during the runtime of the report, if any column is renamed in the database, it throws an error. So and so column is an invalid identifier. That is, the error message were displayed while running the report to the end users. Okay, once that error is displayed to the end users, immediately we can realize, okay, for that column maybe column is renamed in the database. We need to connect to the database and verify the column. If column is renamed, then we need to rename it in our technology also, where in physical layer. Open repository in Oracle Web Administration Tool, go to physical layer, expand data source, expand schema, expand table, and rename column and verify. If you are in a position to preview the data of the column in our technology, then that is accessible by the end users also. So we need to publish it again. I'll show you how to publish it. If repository is already running in the database, don't stop these services. Okay, if any column is renamed in the database, that is effect on the various reports. In how many number of reports that column is used, that reports throws an error to the end users. Who is our end user? Business users are the end users, or employees who are working for the business. They are comes under end users. Okay, if they are unable to watch the result, they are getting an error like so and so column is an invalid identifier. So we need to do it. Like we need to verify it in the database and rename it in our Oracle Web Administration Tool and publish it again. In online mode itself, we can do that kind of minor changes. Rename the table, rename the column, okay, and we can add extra column or modify the existing column. This kind of the minor changes we can do it in online also, but major changes, don't try to do major changes in online mode. That means add new tables, apply the relations, okay, and derive the new logical tables, okay, and trying to publish the newly added tables and the newly derived tables to the server. So what happened if you are trying to do that major changes during the runtime, it affects the system performance also, these changes. That's why we can avoid it. We can avoid to apply the major changes in online mode. But still we are in offline mode only. We are not in online mode. Our repository is available in offline mode only. Now open our repository in offline mode in Oracle Web Administration Tool. From the local machine, open repository. The repository is HR_project. This is our repository. Click on open. and enter the password for the repository. I given password is HRMS, small letters 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can discuss how to derive a table in the physical layer. Sometimes better to derive some tables similar to views in the database. How views are created in the database, same manner you can derive the tables also in the physical layer. Okay, if you have that much of knowledge, okay, that means we are in a position to write some complex queries itself in the physical layer also. Okay, but every time we don't want to do them. Sometimes we can derive some new tables itself in the physical layer. New tables means in the database how to create the view to get the customized data from one or more relational tables. Same manner here also we can derive a table in the physical layer. 1 minute, I'll back 1 minute. I'll show you how to create a table itself in the physical layer that is treated as view. Okay, your view already available in the database, just you can import it. How your tables are imported, how we are imported tables, same manner you can import views also. Okay, if you don't have view in the database, then how to derive it in the physical layer. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. Actually, it is an optional one. It is an optional concept. Derivation of view in the physical layer is an optional. It's not mandatory one. Okay, I'll show you how to do that one. If you want to create a view to get the customized results, first of all, we need to check in the database also whether you are getting correct result or not. Okay, if you derived any view in the physical layer, that view got executed in the database. If you derived any view in the physical layer, the view got executed in the database. Okay, or if you derived business model in the BMM layer, that is executed by our technology. If you derived anything in the anything in the business model mapping layer, that is executed by our technology. Our server is that is our server responsibility to execute the models derived in the BMM layer. Or if you derived anything in the physical layer, that is database responsibility. That is not our server responsibility, because of our server is a software engine. It is an application server. It's not a database server. Our technology is not a database. It's an application software. It has its own server. Okay, that server always execute the complex queries coming from the end users that are logical in nature. Actually, queries that are generated by the end users that are functional in nature. Business queries are functional in nature. Business queries are converted into logical queries. Logical queries are converted into database queries. Okay, here that means our server is a translator between end user queries as well as database. The business users, they can write their own queries in their own language. Okay, that are business queries purely functional. And our technology understand business queries in logical format, logical SQL format. Our technology generates one logical query. That logical query again converted into physical query. Actually, it is a back-end work. We don't want to view it. It's not necessary to view it by the event developer also. That is a system work done in the background. Okay. Business queries are functional. Our server queries are logical. Database queries are technical. SQL queries. Okay. Here I'm connecting to the database. For example, I am connected to this cart user available in the Oracle database. Something is happened again. Sometimes in the database, we are getting some issues like memory issues. Okay, once we imported necessary metadata objects from the various data sources to our environment, even though database is deleted, okay, even though source database is deleted, nothing is happened on our technology. We can continue our work. We can continue the designing work in the Oracle BI administration tool. So we no need to check anything in the database. Okay, once metadata objects are imported to our environment, once we saved, okay, these are not deleted, even though database is deleted. Here our objects are not deleted, still available in our repository. Okay, here we can continue our work to design the entire project. That means to create the entire repository. Once entire repository work is completed, you can publish it to the server. Okay, but while generating the reports got failed. Reason is database is not available. Okay, queries are always executed in the database only during the runtime. We are in development environment. Okay, we'll do one thing. I can show you how to derive the view in the physical layer. How to derive it? If you want to create a view to get the customized data from the database, then first of all we can create duplicate table. First of all, you can create duplicate. How to create the duplicate? Right click on existing table, any existing table. Right click on it, click on duplicate. The duplicate table is created like that with #1. Duplicate is created. Now here we need to modify it. How to modify it? Double click on it. Okay, and here you can rename this one. I want to rename this one as emp underscore, for example, dept underscore view. Okay, given title like that. emp underscore dept underscore view. From this view, I need to get employee details as well as their department details. Okay, now we can select. It's not a physical table. We can select this one as select. Table type is select. Here you can write the default initialization string. You can write it, or other way you can go to use database specific SQL. Okay, default initialization string is common for any database. But what happened with the default initialization string? Right now we are using Oracle database. Maybe in future, Oracle database is replaced with SQL Server. Okay, what happened with SQL Server? 90% SQL syntax is common. Okay, SQL query syntax is common for any database up to 90%. Okay, not 100%. Reason is, for example, if you can write a SQL query here to get the required result, sometimes if any column has null values, if you want to replace that null values of the column with any other not null value while retrieving, then that situation, what we need to do in that situation, here we can use annual function, assume. Here we used annual function here. Already I told you, here you can write any SQL query here. This query is executed in the database, not by our technology. Now our technology never execute the SQL queries written in the physical layer. The physical layer is always a dependent one. It is always a dependent one in the sense, always connecting with the database, a database or any other data source. Okay. Here if you can write the default initialization string, that is SQL query here. Sometimes it is some functions you used in that query is not compatible with other databases. Okay, that's why what we need to can go to use database specific SQL, and you can select your database. What is your database? Oracle database, and the database type is Oracle 11G is our database type. And he can write here initialization string. You can write SQL query here. Select in the database. How to write the SQL query in the database? Same when you can write the SQL query here also. Same based on the database type, we can write the SQL query here. Select employee number, e-name, job, sal, commission, sal plus. Actually, commission has null values. Every employee is working for salary. That's why salary column has not null values in the database, but commission has null values. Okay, commission is an optional one. Commission is given to some of the employees only, not for all employees. In the database, if no value is assigned, there is a null value in the database in any column. NULL, null means unknown value. If no value is assigned, there is a null value. Okay. Now, whenever we added not null value, for example, salary is 2000. 2000 plus null is equal to null only, not 2000. Okay, 2000 plus null is equal to null, but we are expecting 2000. Okay, salary plus commission as 2000 if commission has null value. So how to get 2000? If commission has null value, then we need to replace that null value with 0. How to replace? Here we are working with Oracle database. In the Oracle database, we have one special function. One null value special function is available, that is null value function. In the shortcut NVL, we can use NVL function. Okay, here commission. If commission has null value, then replace that null value with 0. Okay, as ET cell. Okay, here salary plus commission, ET cell, M plus total salary. That is an alias name be given for sal plus commission as ET cell, comma, DEP10O, comma, DNAME, comma, LOC from EMP, comma, DEPT. But here we are getting data from two tables. That's why what we need to do here, EMPE, comma, DEPTD. So now here we need to retrieve the data from two tables, EMP table as well as DEPT table. EMP is defined as E, DEPT is defined as a D. Then here E dot. Here we are getting employee number from E. Okay, E dot employee number, E dot E name, E dot job. You can verify in the EMP table. We have employee number, E name, job, E dot cell, E dot commission. Next E dot cell again. In this function also E dot commission. Next DEPT number. DEPT number available in both tables. E dot DEPT number, E dot D name, E dot LOC, and finally where here we can apply the join condition where E dot DEPTNO is equal to D dot DEPTNO. Okay, here you can write the select query like this. Okay. Next, what we need to do here, what are the outcomes of this view? Employee number, E name, job, sal, commission, ET cell, department number, D name, and LOC. These are the outcomes of this select query. That's why go to columns tab. The commission, department number, employee number, E name, job, sal are available. Okay, high date is not available. You can delete it. And MGR also not available. You can delete this one also. But here we need to add ET cell. ET cell is equal to salary plus commission. We derived, that is a derived column. ET cell. And the data type is input double and output is also double. Okay. Click on OK. Next we can add D name. Okay, D name is varchar2. You can check in the DEPT table. Varchar or varchar2. Here by default length is only 10. If it is 10, for example, respect to DNAME, DNAME size length is DNAME length is more than 10. What happened? If department name length is more than 10, for example 12, then value got truncated. If it is a string value, value got truncated. We are getting truncated values in the report. That's why always you can define maximum value up to 255. Next location, LOC. It is also varchar. Default length for the varchar is 10. We need to change it up to 3. Up to 30. We can define like this. It is connected. Okay. Okay, now here already I copied query here. I copied it. I want to copy this query. I want to verify in the database. Okay. It is copied like this. Okay. So here there is a mistake. Here also there is a mistake for okay, employee number is okay, fine. E.dbt number, but here it is not E.dname. The dname is available in the department table. That's why dptd and d.loc. Either small or capital, no issue. Okay. Also, there is a problem here. We are getting results like this here. Okay, query is executed. Actually, there is a problem is alias name only. Okay, by mistake, I given E for dname and LOC also, but dname and LOC we are getting from department table, DPT table. Okay. Now here also we can verify. Click on OK. Now see here we are getting view symbols here, spectacle symbol. Spectacles means view. Okay, now we can verify here also. Rightly click on view data. If any error is there in the view, then it doesn't show sample data here. We got sample data here. Okay, like this. It is executed. That means query is correct. Okay, this query is executed in the database only, not in our technology. If you modified anything in the physical layer, that modifications are executed at the database only, not at our technology. Okay. In this manner, we can derive the new tables. These are called as derived tables. Actually, derived tables are also called as views. Okay, SQL query. We can write a SQL query.
So you say it's only one way, no? It's not. You cannot whatever you do is not affecting any database, right?
It is no. It's not affecting. It is executing.
Oh.
This query is executing at the database. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That means here we are getting functional, right? Functional queries from the end user. Again, functional queries are converted into logical queries. Logical query again converted into physical query. It is a time-taking process. Somewhat burden is increased than the server. If you derived views like this, it is already derived view. Already SQL query is there. Technically, we've written that SQL query. That SQL query directly executed in the database, not in our technology. No calculations in our technology. Okay, we derived ETCL right here. We don't want to derive it again here. Okay, we don't want to derive the ETCL in business model mapping layer. Logically, we don't want to derive it. Okay, just I am explaining how to derive the new tables in the physical layer. Okay, like views. Okay, now once our work is completed in the physical layer, then from that in that physical layer, what are the physical diagrams available? From that physical diagrams, derive one or more business models in BMM layer. From each physical diagram, derive at least one business model or multiple business models also, no issue. But don't derive one business model from two physical diagrams. That is not correct. From single physical diagram, derive multiple business models in BMM layer. You can derive multiple business models in BMM layer, but don't derive one business model from multiple physical diagrams. That is not at correct. Okay. Now I'll show you how to derive the business model in BMM layer. If you want to derive the business model in BMM layer, and one more thing we need to keep in our mind while deriving the business model in BMM layer, that is always you can go for database and concepts, that is star schema. Always derive the business model in BMM layer in the star schema format. Okay, in the physical layer, physical diagram is available in any format, no issue. But while deriving the business model in the BMM layer, always you can go for star schema. Logically, you can derive the star schema in the BMM layer. Okay, in the physical layer, sometimes physical diagram is available in the normalized format, but we can convert into denormalized format in the BMM layer. For example, for HR schema, I want to derive one business model in the HR schema. Assume from the HR we are getting old employee details. Assume like that. Okay, I want to derive a business model in the BMM layer as per the requirement to get old employee details. Then how to derive it? Right click on BMM layer, click on new business model mapping layer, and provide the title, that is old employees. I want to provide the title like this, old employees. By default it was disabled. Okay, we don't want to enable it. When we can enable it, we want to generate the reports from this business model, then only can enable it. Otherwise no need to enable it. By default it was disabled. Okay, click on OK. MD business model is added. My requirement is from this business model I want to get old employee details. Old employees means that employees are joined 5 years back or 10 years back in the various departments. Okay, here derive the business model logical in the form star schema. What is star schema? One fact table surrounded by the multiple dimension tables called a star schema, and the dimension tables are denormalized and fact table is normalized. Okay, here from this HRMS, here our requirement is to find out old employees. Okay, employees details are available in the employees table. Drag and drop here. Okay, and here we need to get the old employee details based on departments. See here we have hash symbol. Hash symbol means the table itself, it is a child table. So now here what we need to do, on top of that employees table we have departments. Here our requirement is we need to find out old employees based on the departments. Okay, but here on top of the departments, here clearly can observe here. Already explained, again I can show you the physical diagram. See here is the employees table. Okay, on top of the employees we have departments. Here employees table is a child table here. Okay, for between departments and job values table, it is a child table. Employees table is a child table. Okay, here I want to find out employee details, old employee details based on departments with respect to jobs. But on top of the departments, we have locations, countries, as well as regions. Now what we need to do here, we can go for denormalization. Okay, we can go for denormalization. If you can if you employees table is a fact table, on top of the fact table we have departments. Okay, here on top of the departments, expand departments and expand sources. Okay, and it is actually here physical tables are treated as logical tables in the business model. Here department table is a physical table in the physical layer. Now it is converted as a logical table. Okay, physical table is converted as logical table. Okay, now here on top of the departments we have locations, countries, as well as regions. Now how to match them as denormalized table? Okay, these are all normalized tables. On top of the employees we have departments, locations, countries, and regions. Now how to match them as one table? Denormalized table means match the relational data and keep it into single table. That is denormalization. Okay, now here on top of the departments we have locations. Select location table and add to departments like this. Expand sources, then drag and drop to sources like this. Now locations are included to the departments, always from low level to high level. Department table is the lowest level. Okay, and the highest is region. In between lowest and highest, we have two more tables, countries as well locations. One by one, add them. The locations are included. Next, include countries. Select countries and drag to respect to department sources. Like this, okay. Now countries table is also included. Next, include regions table. Okay, how to match relational objects as a one object in the business model mapping layer means in this manner only. If you have multiple relational objects, okay, arranged in the hierarchical manner in the physical diagram, then how to match them as a single table in the BMM layer means in this manner only. First, we can drag and drop one table and expand the table and expand the source of the table. Then drag and drop one by one, drag and drop the remaining tables. The lowest level to highest level. Departments, locations, countries, as well as regions. In this manner, we can match them. Now it is converted into DNR format. Now departments table is a parent table for the employees. Next, job alias table. Drag and drop here. This manner drag and drop. Now job alias table, departments table, both are parent tables. Both are dimension tables for the employees. Okay, we can rename them. No issue. We can rename them like it is a departments dimension provided like this. Okay, and it is a jobs dimension, not alias. You can remove this alias name. Okay, only in the physical layer give the title like that. It is a alias table. Okay, whereas here it is a dimension table. The employees table is a fact table. FCT. To provide the title like this and expand it. Here hash symbol. See here, fact table is identified with hash symbol. Okay, expand this one. And here, if any unwanted columns are there, you can remove them. These are the logical tables. Logical tables with logical joins. Because joins are automatically generated between the tables because our joins are already applied in the physical layer. The physical layer, that are the physical joins. Physical joins are defined between the objects. Whereas here, logical tables with logical joins. These dimensions and facts are logical tables, not physical. Okay, relationships are automatically generated. If you want to see business model diagram for these three tables, right click on business model, go to business model diagram and whole diagram and clearly can observe here. The employees table is the child table for both departments as well as jobs. It is a child table. This join is a logical join, automatically established. Here there is a logical join. Logical join is established between dimension table and fact table automatically. Okay. And one more thing, in this fact table, no need to maintain the common columns. In the department table, department ID is already available. Customization in the sense we can remove the unwanted columns. Here we can remove this job ID also. We can remove it. Okay, like this. And if you want to derive, for example, here we have first name and last name. This is the last name. This is the first name. Okay, here first name and last name. Okay, employee first name and last name is available in two columns. But I don't want to display first name and last name in two columns in the report. Okay, business user needs to concatenate first name and last name as employee name. Here we have a requirement. What is that? They want to concatenate first name and last name as employee name. That is the requirement. Okay, as per the requirement, here we can derive the new logical column. These are the logical tables and the columns are available in the table comes under logical columns. These are not physical columns. Only in the physical layer, physical tables and physical columns. Whereas in the business model mapping layer, logical tables and logical columns. Okay. Now, if you want to derive a logical column, how to derive it? First, we can select any existing logical column available in the table. Right click on duplicate. If you want to derive a new column, always create a duplicate table, duplicate column. You click on duplicate any column. You can choose any column. Right click and click on duplicate. The duplicate column is created. Now we can edit it. Double click on it. Go to general tab. It is just last name. We need to rename this one as employee name. Okay, we can rename like this. Okay, here why do you need to do these kind of the modifications here? Here we can do these modifications in the reporting level also. but that is applicable for only one report. Okay, if you derived here, available for multiple users, for multiple reports also, to multi-user purpose. If you can derive anything here, that is multi-user. That's why it is an enterprise edition. Okay. Now here employee name, go to column source. There are two options: derived from physical mappings or derived from existing logical columns using an expression. Here already first name and last name is available in our business model, in our current logical table also. Required columns are available. We don't want to map to physical. Physical objects are available in the physical layer. Okay, we don't want to use physical mappings. Okay, we can derive from the existing logical columns enough. Select second radio button. This is the expression option. Click on edit expression. Here, see here. Where is this? Is the first name. Double click on first name. We need to concatenate with the last name. Okay, see here. This is the concatenate symbol. Double pipeline. 2 times we can click on concatenate. Reason is here I want to maintain gap between first name and last name. I want to maintain gap. Okay. Okay, one space is sufficient. Next, last name. Okay, derive them like that. Okay, click on OK. Column is derived. Click on OK. In this manner, you can derive the necessary logical columns also to fulfill the requirement. Okay, logically, you can derive the business model mapping layer. These are the complex queries. Actually, these are called as logical queries. Okay, how logical query is generated based on the functional query generated by the end users. Logical query is generated based on the business model only. In this business model, what are the rules you applied? Here we are applying business rules to convert the technical format to the functional format. The physical layer, physical diagrams are technical. Business model mapping layer, techno-functional. And in the presentation layer, functional. Technical, techno-functional, functional. Here we are applying business rules to convert technical structures of available data sources to the functional formats of business user needs. Okay. Here we derive employee name is fine. Okay. To concatenate first name and last name as employee name. Here we have another requirement. That is, I want to calculate ETCL. Here we derived ETCL, right? While deriving the view in the physical layer. Okay. Now I am not deriving the view for the HR. Okay. I want to calculate itself in the BMM layer. Okay. I derived employee name to concatenate first name and last name as employee name. And another requirement is I want to calculate ETCL for the employees. For old employees also calculate ETCL. How to calculate ETCL? Here also we have salary and commission. The commission is available, salary is also available, but commission is available in PCT, percentage format. They're giving salary to the employees in the form of percentage. Percentage based on their salary. Okay, they are getting commission in percentage format based on their salary. Okay, and also you can verify, clearly you can verify commission for this employees table also. Commission has null values for some department employees. They are not giving commission for all department employees details, all department employees. They are giving commission for only specific department employees only. What about remaining employees in the database? If no commission is given for any employee, there is a null value. The database. Empty means null. The database point of view, what is the meaning of the empty? Empty means null. Null means unknown value. Okay, if any value added to the null value, result is null again. So that's why what we need to do. Okay, if we can write a query in the physical layer, then we can use annual function. But while deriving the column, that means while deriving the new column in the business model mapping layer to eliminate the null values, here in our technology, null value is not existed. Okay, null value is not supported in our technology because our technology is not a database. Even though our technology is a Oracle company technology, Oracle Corporation company technology, okay, but it doesn't support work with all database functions. All database functions. Annual function is not supported in business model mapping layer. Then how to derive it? How to eliminate the null values? How to eliminate the null values?
Yes. We already create the view, no? We can
no, it is different. Here we are deriving from the HR, not from this one. This is different. This is different. Okay,
Okay.
Scott schema is different, HR schema is
Okay.
different. Okay, we are getting we assumed from this
Okay.
HR schema we are getting old employee details. Okay,
Oh.
I am deriving here only, not in the physical layer. You can derive it in the physical layer also, no issue. But most of the times, what we need to do, we can try to derive it in the business model mapping layer instead of in the physical layer. Okay, in the physical layer, derive a view based on the database type. Okay, based on the database type, derive the view in the physical layer. But in the business model mapping layer, independent from the database. If you derived anything in the BMM layer, that is independent from the database, not depends from the database. Okay, it is independent one. Okay, now I'll show you how to do that one. Okay, how to eliminate the null values here means by using case statement. We can write the case statement here. Okay, some technology supports decode statement. Some BI technology supports decode statement also. But our technology doesn't support to work with the decode statement, but it supports to work with case statement. Okay, we can write case statement. Okay, in real environment also, if you are working with any database for any domain, some columns has null values. So while doing any kind of arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, what is the problem? For example, a plus b, a has some value, a is equal to b is equal to null, a plus b is equal to null. Okay, business users are not satisfied with the null result. What they are expecting? If a is equal to 2 and b is equal to null, c is equal to a plus b means 2 plus null means null actually. They are expecting c is equal to 2. When we can get c is equal to 2, if b has null value, we need to replace that null value with any other not null value. Most of the times we are replacing with 0. Okay, now I'll show you how to do that one here. I'm calculating ET cell. How to calculate? First we can create one duplicate column. Select any column, right click and click on duplicate. Once duplicate column is created, then edit it. Double click on it, go to general tab. I want to make it as ET cell. Provided the title is like ET cell. Okay, next go to column source. Salary, commission both are available, and also here commission is available in percentage format, PCT format. Okay, employees are getting commission in percentage format based on their salary. For example, for any employee, salary is equal to 0.3. For example, his commission is 0.3 in percentage, that is available in percentage format. 0.3 means 0.3 into actual commission is equal to 0.3 into salary. For example, his salary is 5,000, then commission is equal to 0.3 into 5,000, that means 1,500. His commission is 1,500. His salary is 5,000. Now ET salary is equal to salary plus commission into salary again. 5,000 plus 0.3 into 1,500. Sorry, 0.3 into 5,000 equal to 6,500. 5,000 plus 1,500 is equal to 6,500. That is his total salary, employee's total salary. Okay, go to column source, derive from existing columns using an expression. Click on edit in this expression builder from employees. Where this is salary, double click on it, plus commission. But commission has null values. That's why what we need to do, if commission has null values, here we can use case statement. Case statements are two types. In our technology, you need to remember this case statement. It is mandatory one. Okay, case statements we can write in two ways. One is in the form if else format, second one is in the form of switch format. Okay, which one is suitable here means switch format only. If else statement is not needed, switch is sufficient. Reason is if commission has null value, replace with 0, otherwise don't replace it. Enough. That's we can go for switch format. How to write here? Case commission underscore PCT when null then 0 else commission underscore PCT. We don't want to replace it. PCT and end. Okay, we can end it. Okay, when null then 0 else commission underscore PCT and end. Compulsory we need to end that case statement with end keyword and multiply with salary again. You can write the formula like this. Okay, click on OK. If the formula is correct, then that window was closed. Expression builder window was closed. If formula is not correct, then window not closed. Okay, we need to rectify it. It throws an error. Click on OK. In this manner, you can calculate the ETCL. Okay, for the employees. Okay, from this one we can get department-wise employee details. Okay, here we modified existing logical tables, means we added new logical columns. We derived new logical columns as per the requirement. We need to fulfill the requirement while deriving the business models in the BMM layer. We need to fulfill them. Okay, here it is a persistent solution. That means permanent solution. Here, while deriving the business model mapping layer, we need to find out the permanent business solution for the routine business requirements. Okay, if you have a routine business requirements are standard requirements. As for that standard requirement, here you can find out the permanent business solution in the form of business model. Okay, once it is derived, in future we need to apply some minor changes, but we don't want to redesign it. Okay. Okay, one business model is completed. If you want to derive another business model from the same physical diagram, that means if you want to find out history of the employees, that is the requirement. As per the requirement, you need to derive one more business model. Right click on it, provide the title, employee, jobs, history. Employee job history details. This is the business model name. Okay, click on now. Okay, to find out the employee's jobs history from the current business model, this is the job history table. Okay, drag and drop job history table first. Okay, on top of the job history table, we have employees. Employees table is the parent table for the job history table. Clearly can observe physical diagram also. Okay. On top of the employees, we have departments. Yes. Yeah. Now here expand employees. Here always you can derive the business model in the form of star schema format. That's why expand employees. Now you can include departments to the employees. Next, locations. Next, countries. Next, regions. Here we added 5 tables here. The previous business model only 4 tables, departments to regions. Now we added employees table also, because of after employees we have job history table. Okay, history details are available in the job history table only. That's why employees table is also dimension table. In previous business model, employees table is a fact table, whereas in the current business model, employees table is a dimension table. Okay. Now we can add jobs table. Okay, like this here. Job history table is the child table. Now we can expand it. Here we don't have any facts. Actually, see here in the employees table, we have facts like salary, commission, ETCL. Okay, these are called as facts. Okay, facts are there. We derived some facts in the employees underscore fact table in the old employees. Whereas here we don't have any facts. If you don't have any facts in any fact table, that is called as factless fact table. The employees underscore fact table is a fact table, that is the actual fact table. The actual fact table has at least one fact, one measure, at least one measure. Okay, if no measures are available in any fact table, that is called a factless fact table. The job history fact table, we don't have any facts. That's why that is factless fact table. Okay. Okay, one by one we can derive the business models like this in the BMM layer. Here we derive 2 business models from one physical diagram available in the physical layer. From each physical diagram, derive at least one business model or more than one business models also. Okay. Here, once business models are derived in the BMM layer, next step is we need to make them as subject areas in the presentation layer. What is subject area? Subject area nothing but collection of presentation tables. How exactly business users or how exactly this content is visible to the end users. So we need to modify it according to end user convenience. We can modify the subject area as well as presentation tables are available in the subject area into end user readable format. Actually, who is end user? End user means final end users are business users. Actually, end users for this subject areas are available in the presentation layer or report developers. The report developers are the end users who are access this subject areas are available in the presentation layer to generate the reports and to deliver the reports to the business users. Okay. So one by one we can drag and drop them. We can drag and drop business models from BMM layer to the presentation layer. In the physical layer point of view, physical diagram, physical tables and physical columns. In the business model mapping layer, logical tables and logical columns. Whereas in presentation layer, subject areas and presentation tables. The logical tables are treated as subject areas. Sorry, presentation tables in the subject area. What is subject area? Subject area is a functional model. It is derived into end user readable format. Okay. Actually, business models are somewhat a technical one. Logically, we derived business model. Business model has some technical terminology. We need to convert into end user terminology in the presentation layer. So once business models are defined as subject areas in the presentation layer, then what we need to do, we need to make sure whether that entire work from physical layer to presentation layer, whether these models are correct or not. We need to verify. We need to check the consistency of each business model derived in the BMM layer. Business models are logical models that are mapped with the physical models are available in the physical layer. There is a logical to physical mapping from business model to physical models are available in the physical layer. Here the subject areas are dependent ones. Subject areas are derived from the business models only. That's why we don't want to check the consistency of subject areas are available in the presentation layer. We need to check the consistency of business models available in the BMM layer. So how to check the consistency? Then go to file steps. Here is the check global consistency option is there. Click on check global consistency. It is checking one by one. It is checking business models available in the BMM layer. See here first business model. We derived first business model is old underscore EMPS. That is consistent one. So do you want to mark it as available for queries? Okay, at present, I don't want to enable this one for queries. Okay, just click on no. The next one is also verified. The next business model is also consistent one. Do you want to mark it as available for queries? We don't want to market it. Okay, we don't want to enable it. Okay, just click on. If any kind of errors are there, error messages are displayed in the one report manager window displayed. Constraints report manager window displayed. Within that report manager window, it reports the errors, warnings, and best practice violation left to the report. In that window, it reports the error information, warnings information, as well as best practice violation. Here we not yet violated any rules here. Okay, that's why here no errors are displayed. Here consistency check. Here consistency check fixed certain objects are like warnings, errors, and best practice violation. There are no errors, warnings, and violations. That's why that report manager window is not displayed. Okay, up to now, what are the business models? What logic is designed for various business models in the BM layer? Everything is correct. There are no errors. That's why no error messages are displayed. Okay, it is not final. Just we derived only two business models. Two simple business models are derived in the BM layer, and we define them as subject areas in the presentation layer. Okay. We derived these two business models for these two business models for one schema only, that is HR schema. What about sales as well as cart? Okay, one by one we can discuss. Tomorrow session we can discuss how to derive the business models for physical diagram, sales physical diagram available in the physical layer. Once that is completed, then we can finish SCART also. After sales and SCART both are completed, then we can discuss how to work with Excel sheet also. Okay, in real environment, we can get business information in the form MS Excel format also. Okay, then how to work with MS Excel sheet in the same subject area. Okay, not individual subject area. Okay, today I can send that software links. Okay, software links to our respective person. Okay, they
No
will
problem.
contact you and they will share to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So tomorrow also we'll meet at same time. Okay. If you have any
Okay.
questions, then you can ask me. Okay.
No
You can
problem.
ask me in the
Okay.
middle. You can ask me if you have any questions. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.